Hello and welcome, my lovely Capricorn. This is a longer reading because this is going to be my full Leo and full moon reading. This is going to be from February 3rd through February 16th, 2020. So it's going to be the full moon on the 8th and also the pre-energy and the post-energy of that. And we're also going to update all the energy that's around us. We have that Jupiter in Capricorn still. It's going to be with us through December of 2020 here. It's kind of like living with a strict parent or life coach. But remember, Jupiter is, it's that big daddy nymph chaser Zeus kind of energy, a little bit loosey-goosey kind of dad. And then it's that Capricorn energy of the masculine, the CEO, the boss energy. Just remember that you can be the CEO of your life. You can choose to be the boss, but remember it's roles and goals. And of course, your earth and pentacled energy. We also had Mercury move into Pisces on February 3rd. Mercury is the planet of communication, and Pisces is the most compassionate sign, which means we have less precise communication, but we also have very surreal imagination, intuition, creativity, the metaphysical. All these things are going to be key during this time, and more deep heart-to-heart conversation as opposed to philosophical or laws and, deep rules kind of thing. And then that Mercury laws or, textbook kind of information. It's more magical because we have Mercury retrograde coming in on the 17th. The week before that's going to be that pre-shadow period getting us ready. Remember, planets don't actually move backwards or retrograde. So it's actually an illusion. Try and keep that in mind. But you can expect some brain fog, perhaps some mistakes, some misunderstandings. We also have on the 7th of February, finally some fire, finally some Aries. And that would be Venus in Aries. Venus in Aries is just all about, Venus is that planet of sex, power, and love. And then we have Fast and Furious Aries. So it's all about excitement and speed, the thrill of the chase when it comes to love. It's also impatience. Keep that in mind. It's also falling hard and fast. And it's a good time to show off, which is great because Leo is a great time to show off. And this full moon is the Leo in full moon. Lots of fire. It's actually called the snow moon because we can expect some intense winter during this time, which is really weird because Leo is all about the sun. And it's on a Sunday, this full moon. It's kind of a very contradictory full moon. So it's going to be a lot of light with it. It's represented by the 7 of Wands. It's about getting into the spotlight, really. And it's going to have some 7 of Wands. It's represented the card of this full moon. And that's rivalry, valor, faith and experience, tough love. It's very lioness protecting your cubs. Remember the strength card with that lion. Is the Leo card. So what does this all come down to? We have earth, we have fire, we have water. What am I missing? Air, because we're in Aquarius season. Yeah, I love how Cosmo called Aquarius, called Capricorn season a shit show. It was hard. January was hard. And now we're in Aquarius and it's a breath of fresh air. But I think it's a breath of fresh air because of all the fire coming in. This Leo full moon about to shed some light on our intentions and our wishes from that January 24th new moon, and a lot of people brought up that Kobe Bryant, who passed away shortly after, 3 days after that new moon, was actually number 24. And, I'm trying not to bring it up. It's being an empath, it's very hard because I feel it all and it's happening right here in Southern California where I live. So I feel everything and I keep crying, even though I'm not as sad. I can feel everybody else's sadness. But what this all kind of reminds me of is that Creedence Clearwater Revival song called, Have You Ever Seen the Rain? Have you ever seen the rain coming down on a sunny day? Have you ever been sitting in the sun and have the rain come on you? It's very magical. I'll never forget the first time my son saw it because he was a little hopped up coming home from the dentist or the doctor. I can't remember what it was, but he was hopped up, and he was just like, oh, it's so glorious. And it really is. It does feel very magical and surreal, and very like I got to throw off my jacket and my umbrella and just enjoy the sun, even though you feel that water coming down on you. It's like that happy and sad. It's like that warm sunny day in the middle of winter. All right. So let's get to this reading for us. Remember, time is merely a pretense, my lovely Capricorns. Past, present, or future energies. The stars you were born under, Capricorn, they're not personality programming, but the lessons and energies you can expect to experience during your lifetime here on Earth. So try and listen to the entirety of the reading for everything that you can, to get everything you can out of it. All right. Me being the Queen of Clovers, my readings tend to focus on life, craft, action, nurturing ourselves and others, and using our will for the highest good and calling. This is my charismatic gift I share with you with unconditional love and gratitude. And I thank you all now for your likes, your subscribes, your views, your comments. Yes, your views alone do help the channel. The channel supports itself. So definitely continue to subscribe and view and get the spirit messages, because it does help me too. It does clear my energy for sure. You guys helping me too. All right, let's see the kind of energy you're coming into this week with. This time period, I have the Three of Cups reversed, the Four of Pentacles, and the Justice card. You're going through a rebalancing. The Justice card could be a legal matter that you've been a little stressed over, but the Justice card is a rebalancing. It is an adjustment. It is not necessarily a whole life flipping over. As you can see, there's scales there. So you do have to balance things out. Something is off. Something is unfair, as it were. And you're trying to not... This isn't something you want to celebrate. It's like you can't win if you win or lose. Either way you lose. It kind of has that energy. But you're just trying not to expend too much on this with the Four of Pentacles. You're trying to hang on to some of your money there, kind of hoard it through. My lovely Capricorn, you're just trying not to lose here. There's no party. There's no celebration. It's not no friend event. It's almost like, and it could be a divorce that always pops up, especially if with the Three of Cups in reverse. It feels like no reunion, no celebration. You know, there's no after party after this happens, after this Justice card hits you. Could be a Libra in your energy that you're trying to keep your money from. But yeah, it just feels like it's a piece of business is what it is. That, again, no after parties. There will be, you're just trying to hang on to whatever you can hang on. It's like a losing battle. And I do have the King of Swords at the center of this reading, who is very decision oriented, very certain, very, very judicious in his own right. And very smart also, very smart, very sure, very decisive. That's the word I was looking for, decisive. And it's going to happen kind of fast with the Chariot card here. It could be a Cancer in your energy. But it's just speed. It's just that victory. Once that victory happens, it's almost like the gunshot, the green light. It's time to go. And then you'll be able to make decisions. It's almost like you're holding off on decisions. You're holding off on, am I going to buy a new house? Am I going to buy a new car? What school am I going to go to? What major am I going to do? Any decision that you're going to make down to how you're going to spend your summer is waiting for this Justice. It's everything is waiting on this. So it's almost like this 2-week energy. But as soon as it goes, it's like, I'm going to take this and I'm going to run with whatever victory I get out of it. You'll win something, but you're pretty sure you're not going to get that ultimate victory out of this. It was impossible. And once that happens, once you get ready, set, go, you can start making decisions. You can start laying down pipe. You can start pouring the cement kind of thing. It's very... you're just waiting on this. Now, the hope is here that we do have this Queen of Swords in reverse. And not only are you going to be able to make decisions and move forward once this piece of justice is complete, or this piece of business is complete, you're going to be able to cut some things out. You're going to be able to slice off the fat. There's some things, there are expenses, there are obligations or parts of this piece of business that you can't cut off until it's finalized, and you're really holding on to that. I do feel like it's gonna like this contract is barely going to miss Mercury retrograde. It feels like it's going to go through probably the 15th. Maybe even for some reason the 14th. Oh, for some reason the 14th kept popping up, which is Valentine's Day. I don't think it has to do with love, but Valentine's Day came up because I was like, why? I said the 15th because it felt mid-month, but then Spirit told me to adjust because you can't do business on a Saturday. Look at that. So that's why the 14th of February came up, but it feels like it's going to barely ratchet down, finish up before Mercury retrograde. You're just going to barely make that cut, which is fine. And then you can start cutting off the Deritus and the extra things that you have to. It's almost like you can finally walk away and just get out. And remember the Queen of Swords, she's in her chair. She's very demure and sweet. But the moment you turn her over, she's getting out of her chair and off with their heads. It's like you have to be nice to somebody. Be nice to somebody. Remember your manners until this piece of business is done. And then you can bust out your sword. I do feel some of that as well. Remember your manners. It's going to be really crucial to remember your manners in this, to remember the sense of decorum, especially if it is a piece of business in the court system. Respect the judge. That's like really a message from Spirit. Don't try and get crazy in there, Michael Avenatti in the courtroom in his Nike extortion case. This is very behave until it's done, until the ink is dry. Don't sign it and then run off. No, make sure the ink has dried, kind of thing, before you take off your face and make the crass jokes, Capricorn. All right. When this happens, I'm not sure who this High Priestess is in your life. The High Priestess can be a tarot reader, it's somebody who's very spiritual. And I have them in reverse here. And the reason it's kind of weird is because I also have, Capricorn, the Three of Swords here. Now, I've picked up repeatedly on your readings that you're waiting for a piece of business to finish before you approach somebody in love. And the reason I bring up love is because I have the Six of Cups here. And the Six of Cups here means this is going to stay in the past. If you wait for everything to be perfect and you wait for this piece of business to finish so you can be like, that person, this High Priestess, this spiritual woo-woo-woo kind of person is not going to be that person. They're not even going to be single anymore. They're not going to accept you. This Three of Swords tells me the heartbreak that is coming is from the waiting. It is and this is going to stay in the past. This Queen, this High Priestess is going to end up staying in the past. It is something that I think you know. And you keep making the excuses to not approach this High Priestess. And Spirit is just saying, it's not that you have to choose between this business or this High Priestess, but you will if you decide that I have to handle this business before I can focus on my love thing. Capricorn, it's Capricorn, Jupiter, and Capricorn. Remember I told you Capricorn is that energy of, did you eat all your peas and carrots before you get your dessert? This is that rush Aries season, and this High Priestess is yeah, I just have this feeling that it's going to be stuck in the past if you wait for this justice to finish. There's something about it that it's just going to be stuck in the past. You're not going to be able to pick this up. You're definitely going to lose this. I do have this Queen of Diamonds, advice from Spirit, and this Jack of Diamonds. Is it a true pair? Technically, it's not a true pair. But I do have this Four of Swords, which is be receptive, open up. You're being a little, even though Queen of Diamonds is financial security above all, Jack of Diamonds is a new pursuit, but if this is a true pair, Spirit is telling me that the Queen you're approaching is, this isn't a person with, the Queen you're approaching, because you want to approach this Queen, don't get hooked up on the genders, could be male or female, and you're the Jack. You're going to be the Knight. Be receptive. the reason you're the Knight is because of your hesitations. You're holding back on something, and Spirit is saying the reason you're the Knight and you're not the Queen in this true pair possibility that I have here for you. Oh, do you know why? You're being a little skittish. You're being a little skittish about this romance that that you could miss out on if you overfocus on this piece of business. And it's going to free up everything for you, but there are some things that aren't going to be available to you if you wait. That's just the message, whether it be love. I'm pretty sure it's love with the Six of Cups, but remember, this is past energy. So you're going to miss out on this. This High Priestess is going to flip in reverse while you're focusing on that business if you over focus on that business. If you are receptive to the possibility of being a true pair, even though you feel a little less than this Queen, because you feel like a Jack. It's very interesting. Be open. Be receptive. When you rest, welcome this person, because this person is going to make you feel restful. That's why she's a Queen of Pentacles. She's very earthen. She's going to make you feel at home, comfortable, luxurious. And from that will come, you will become the Emperor with a possibility at a very soulful, spiritual connection. And the way you become the Emperor is by taking care of your business, but still having your passion and your heart open at the same time. I don't even know if I can repeat that, because Spirit kind of like threw that at me. Yeah. So the way you become an Emperor is taking care of your business, but still having your heart open at the same time. Okay. Even if you feel a little Jackie. All right, Capricorn. Thank you for sharing your energy with me. Pretty direct message for you, loves. Please like, subscribe, share, comment, tip or donate if the spirit moves you. Always welcome. I usually buy cards. Link is in the box below. Have a great week, my lovely Capricorn.